Hi, I'm Diana Jeremiah with Long & Foster, and today I have a special guest, Bill Poindexter. He's with Eco Virginia, and he does all of my septic inspections. Whether you're a seller and you're getting ready to come on the market and you want to have your system inspected, or as part of a real estate transaction, you'll come out and inspect the system on behalf of a buyer. So he also does yearly maintenance of systems, whether you're on an alternative system and you're required by the county to do that. You do that, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So I'm a licensed on-site septic operator. I take care of alternative and conventional septic systems. I do maintenance, repairs, general inspections, informational visits. I'm happy to come out and talk to people about what they have and what's in their yard. Mostly I sell peace of mind.
That's right. And so for conventional systems, you're not required by the county to get them checked every year, but you still recommend people have them checked fairly frequently, right?
Absolutely. A lot of the systems, especially since 2000, have filters in the septic tanks that need annual maintenance, sometimes more often.
And people may not know about that.
Very often they don't.
Right.
Very often that information is not disclosed at the time of purchase.
Yeah.
So.
And it can be because the agent just didn't know. They may not have knowledge that that system has a filter in it.
Absolutely, that's often the case.
Yeah.
I find that I meet a lot of people when something goes wrong. They have an alarm, they find my name, give me a call, I'll come out, take a look at things, I can do the repairs if necessary, the general maintenance, all the things that go along with septic systems.
Right. And so what are the most common things that you see as issues with septic systems? Is it how people are not using them properly? Or
generally, alarms are where I often come to meet people, and that can be caused by anything from a leaking toilet,
right,
to non-functioning components in the pump chamber, for example.
Okay.
Other times, if the filter has not been maintained, it can result in a backup into the house or spillage onto the ground.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Something that you just want to be aware of.
That's right. So when you're inspecting a system initially, like let's say I called you and I wanted you to check out the system and inspect it, what are the major things that you're looking at? I know we're standing here at the site of the holding tank, right, and the pump chamber?
That's right.
Okay, so usually we pump these out as part of the inspection so you can get a look at the entire system or the chamber of the tank. Is that right?
Yes, the Chesapeake Bay Act mandates that the septic tanks be pumped every 5 years or inspected by a licensed operator, and if they don't need it, I can file a pumping report to that effect. But if it does need it, I can arrange that as well. The main things I find with septic tanks is trash. People putting down things that do not belong in a septic system.
So the rule of that is if it doesn't go through a human, it shouldn't go into your septic system.
Well, toilet paper
like
is
don't
okay.
throw your vegetables and things down.
Correct, because that is not the kind of food that bacteria wants.
Okay. How about septic safe toilet paper? Is that a misnomer? Is there no such thing?
I think it's good. I mean, you know, toilet paper is a necessity, you know, and it's going to be there. And if you're having your system checked regularly, if there's excessive buildup or something to that effect, it's evident.
You'll know, and you'll tell them, hey,
let's get it pumped out.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
How about the field? I know we also talk about the distribution box and the field as part of the inspection. What things are you looking for there?
So there I'm looking for anything that would indicate a malfunction. In other words, uneven lines, water standing in the lines. I probe the lines in that regard. Often for a real estate inspection, we'll dig up the distribution box, inspect that, make sure it's not out of balance, make sure it's not broken or cracked somehow, that all the components are working on it. And then if there's any indication of problems in the field, we can camera the lines themselves.
And see where the issue is.
See if there's water standing in them.
Okay.
And see if there's, crushed lines, that sort of thing.
Now you yourself don't do the repairs, but you have people you work with, is that right?
In the case of
the septic system, like if it needed
the drain field, that sort of thing, typically that's correct.
You have go-to people you'll recommend for that.
Absolutely.
All right.
In the case of components in the pump chamber, I do most all of those myself.
Okay.
Floats, pumps, you know, broken filters, that sort of thing. I can take care of all of that.
Yeah. And one of the number one things about drain fields is don't plant a tree in your drain field, right? I mean,
not a great idea. Not
Okay.
a great idea, and especially certain species are to be avoided anywhere close to septic components or the drain field.
Don't drive heavy equipment over them.
Avoid that.
Yeah.
You know, don't install parking lots over
No
it.
parking lot. Okay.
So trees like maples, willows, birches are what they call hydrophilic. They like water. The roots will go towards that. And I've seen cases where older drain fields have been completely infiltrated by the roots of a giant maple tree.
Yeah, and that's an expensive repair.
It's very expensive
Yeah.
because you're going to have to cut down the tree, and chances are the roots are already in everything, and once the tree goes, your drain field's not going to function in that case.
Okay. Well, I cannot recommend Bill Poindexter enough. He is very, very knowledgeable about all things septic. So if you need to reach out or need help or have questions and you're looking to purchase here in Western Loudoun, I know a lot of people come out here, they know nothing about septic systems. It's a great idea to be proactive and reach out to him so he can educate you and get you started, and you're not going to have expensive repairs long term if you do the right things with a septic field. Thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
All right,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.